Very Galav Halacha Beis in Shvisas Osor, resting on Yom Kippur. Rambam says, "Kol Malocha Shechayev al Zdoina v'Shabbos Skilo." Any activity or work which is forbidden on Shabbos, and the penalty is if someone does it willfully, when he was warned that he is stoned to death. Chayev al Zdoina b'Osor Kores. If he does it willfully on Yom Kippur, he's liable for Kores, which is the death penalty or cutting off from Klal Yisrael. Now, the Peirush says, "V'chol shechayev al kol mechatos b'Shabbos," and anything that you would be obligated a chatos on Shabbos, because a chatos is only brought if there's a chiyuv misa or skilo. Chayev al kol mechatos b'Yom Kippurim. You would be liable for the similar chatos offering in Yom Kippur. V'chol dover she'osor lasis b'Shabbos, anything that's forbidden to be done on Shabbos, al pi she'eina malocha. Even though it's not a malocha, or it's not one of the 39 proscribed activities, also is Yom Kippur. It's forbidden to do it on Yom Kippur. Also, and these are rabbinical items, Machon Nesher HaGadol. Then the Chacham have the ability to give what is called Mosdos, which means punishment for rebelling, just as they do with regard to Shabbos. Now, regarding Mosdos, Rashi writes in Chulin 141 that Mosdos is a notion of showing him with strength that he's wrong. He shouldn't continue to do it. And it's different than the Malchus in the Torah, where it says there's a limit to them, but rather the Chacham can decide how much to give for each individual. The Rambam in Hilchos Yom HaKippurim writes that it's the Chacham forbade to eat matzah on Erev Pesach. If someone eats matzah on Erev Pesach, you give him Makis Maldos. The Ran on the Rif in Subis discusses it. He questions. It would seem that if you can punish someone with Makis Maldos more than Malchus ben Torah, therefore the rabbinical is more stringent than that which is in the Torah. He writes in the name of Ameir HaLevi that if you give him lashes on a sin that he already did, that they would do it according to an estimate of how much he can bear. But a person who continues to transgress, then they would do it until he died, or until he accepts that he won't do it anymore. The Ran says they would do it according, even Makis Maldos, still, with Makis Maldos, it has to be, it can be done in a different fashion than it's done in Torah. It can be a more painful type of lashes. Anything that one is not permitted to say it or to do so to begin with on Shabbos, it's forbidden also in Yom Kippur. What does it mean to say? It's like telling a goy to do a work, or anything that has to do with something that's forbidden for a Jew. The general rule is there's no difference in regards to what's forbidden or permitted on Shabbos or Yom Kippur. With regard to work, except the ultimate punishment, which is that on Shabbos one would willfully, with warning, would receive the death penalty of stoning. Yom Kippurim because Yom Kippurim is a heavenly punishment, of course, of being cut off. Now Shabbos you also have chorus. If you did a melacha, but now there's a difference that if you did it willfully, without warning, so you can't, Bezdin cannot kill him, but he has chorus. The Maggid Mishnah says this in Mishnah Megillah. There's no difference between, in 7b, there's no difference between Shabbos and Yom Kippur. Just said this one is punishable by man with stoning, and the other one is punishable only because, which is heavenly. It's also brought in Shulchan Aruch, in Orach Chaim, 5:11. Every malacha that you're liable on it on Shabbos, you're liable on it on Yom Kippur. Everything on Shabbos is your potter, but it's forbidden. Yom Kippur is the same rule. At the Shabbos, the obligation, the punishment is Skila. Yom Kippur is Koris. The Machon Nesher questions, why does Shulchan Aruch say the din of Bezdin, Mrs. Bezdin? Because that doesn't apply today. And the Shulchan Aruch usually does not mention anything that doesn't apply today. And the Machon Nesher answers the difference is, why he mentions it here, is that it is, there is a difference with regard to payment. We have, the halacha is, that if somebody, for example, would shoot someone and kill him, so even though he didn't do it intentionally, he was loading his gun and it went off, so he doesn't have to pay for the suit that was ruined, even though he caused the monetary damage, because whenever you have a greater punishment and a lesser punishment, then we go according to the greater punishment. If he would do it intentionally, he would be liable Mrs. Bezdin, and he would be put from Tashlumim. Therefore, if he did a malocha on Shabbos, and he also damaged his friend, his clothing, as we mentioned, he's put from paying. If he did it on Yom Kippur, he would be liable, because in Chavolim Yom Kippur, there's no Misa. And even though there's Malchus, there's no Misa, and that rule does not apply, that if you strike someone and you tear his clothing at the same time, there he would, and you weren't warned, so you can't get Malchus. You would still, therefore, you would pay monetary damages. And it's not the same as Shabbos, which has skila, that even if you weren't warned, you would not be liable for monetary damages. And that's why the Shulchan Aruch mentions it, because it's applicable to our times as well.